Wow, pretty noisy fan and soldering station. Let's kill that first. Hopefully that's worked. Right, this is, it's going to be a very simple video, this one, because all the hard work's been done by Big Clive. And I don't know how long ago, a couple of months maybe, Big Clive put on his channel this PCB. Basically to trickle charge rechargeable nickel metal hydride batteries. And I'll just link that up here so you can go have a look at the original. But pretty much pressed buy straight away because I'm always looking to recharge them. And he did so by having a little mini USB at the end connector and then connecting it up to, I guess, like a 5-volt supply or some, some sort of wall wart or whatever it happened to be. But he did say something intriguing in the middle. He said you could do it with solar. I do have a solar panel here, which is 5 volts, and it's a pretty decent size. I'm not sure what the current is coming through it, but I figure if I put this on the windowsill and connect up some batteries to it, then we might have the, the option of maybe slow charging or trickle charging over what he said was a period of maybe up to a week. Just see what these batteries are at the moment. These have been laying around. I've just found like lots of different ones. So let's see what we can see. So these ones are straight from the packet, but they've been sitting here for a long time. Yeah, 0.6, not good. Should be around the 1.2 mark. 0.6, not good. 1.2 charge. I'm going to put that one in anyway. And 1.2 charge as well. Interesting mix of manufacturers and various positions in the charge cycle. So very straightforward PCB. So we're just looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 120 ohm resistors, 1, 2, 3, 4 diodes to prevent the batteries discharging back, some LEDs, and I'm hoping I'm going to get these the right way around. I might check as I go through. Yeah, interesting. I'll check those traces and see which way around they should go. Really what I should do is check the original video, but, live dangerously. I haven't decided yet whether I have my green LEDs along here, which I think I will, and these are ice blue, and one here, and there's a 470 ohm current limiting resistor there. And he's drilled some holes nicely. So eventually, I guess what I'll do is make up some sort of 3D printed enclosure and maybe put it like this, I guess, on the windowsill at a bit of a jaunty angle, and that should just be able to load up my batteries and charge them. All right, let's get started. One thing I should do, as always, is test my LEDs. It's going to work if it's not the right way around. That's not a good start. Let's try it again. There we go. So we've got one LED, yes. And wrong way around. We should pay more attention to LEDs. Yes. And you may think it's pretty strange to do this, but I'm a bit of a convert to the idea of making sure your components work to start with. Not because, I would be deliberately sent things which don't work. That would never happen. But I just find that if you're trying to troubleshoot something which is not working for you, then that's a nice, lovely ice blue one. So I can put these others aside. If you're trying to troubleshoot something which isn't working for you, then knowing that the components are the right ones is a good start. So let's go for our resistors, because we'll probably start with the low profile components. It's always good value. Well, this guy's a slow guy. 120. Okay, nice. Get these batteries out of the way. So 120, good. And get some of this out. So one of these is going to be a 470. Probably should have labelled that. So let's get these ready to go. That is a 120, good to go. This boring part of the video may be sped up. But this might be the last appearance of the iPad as well, doing the filming. I do have an old camera, an old phone with a good camera on it. The screen's a bit cracked and broken, but the camera's great. And I'm thinking, this looks 470-ish. No, it's still 120. I'm thinking that I'll retire the iPad, only because in the last couple of months, twice, it has run out of space and not told me, and I've lost footage, which is terrible. And the reason why it's running out of space is because Apple, in their wisdom, keep telling me that I need an upgrade. And if you don't upgrade, then some of the software that I like to use doesn't work. And if you do upgrade, you lose space. You've got to go hunting also for those apps which they sneakily put in there without telling you. I mean, there we go, 470. Put this one to the side. This last one's going to be 120. I'm a little over a corporation telling me what fonts I like, what colours I should have, and seeing, the worst of it is seeing all that space disappearing for no reason is so irritating. All right, let's put these 120s in. I don't know what you're like, but my brain says they should all be around the same way. Doesn't make one whit of difference. They're not polarized, but I don't know, just makes it look better, I guess. Of course, when we do the diodes, they definitely should be around the right way. This red band here, I'm going to just orientate these so they're all the same. Yeah, so I do love my iPad portability and, it's convenient and all that sort of stuff, but I really do. I'm just a little over corporations telling me how I should operate the machinery which I bought. And I'm also getting a little concerned with the software that crops up there, and I haven't asked for it and I don't want it. And so I've got to go hunting for it. And then when you do say, I want to get rid of it, say you're sure and it's part of the operating system and we can't guarantee that it'll work properly and blah, blah, blah. But of course, all they're doing is just collecting lots of data. And I'm a little over that as well. So yeah, maybe I will fast forward this bit because me having a moan is not great, I guess. But just telling it like it is. So yeah, this might be the last one for the iPad. Beautiful, all lined up and orientated the right direction. So let's flip them upside down. Very generous pads he's got on here. So yeah, Big Clive designed this, made the Gerbers available because he's lovely. So that's what you want, people who make stuff available. If there's anything that you can't find of mine, let me know. I mean, pretty much got all the code either on the blog or linked on the blog to a GitHub site. But if there's something you don't want, I certainly get plenty of comments from time to time. People say, how do you connect that up? I had one recently from someone from an old video, and it was a programmer for an AVR. I think it's called the 128A, massive AVR, which I haven't used since, but it's got like 50 pins or something like that. So I thought, I'll use that one day. I haven't, but years later, someone wanted to actually build it. And so they contacted me via YouTube comment and said, what are the connections? Well, as it turns out, I had put the connections on the blog. So I just directed them to that. And happy days. Didn't hear from them, so I assume that everything went okay. No news is good news, right? I think some of these might have fallen out. Let's have a look. Oh no, pretty good. I mean, it is a little triggering that they're not all nicely lined up, but that's just me, right? No one else should worry about that sort of stuff. I'll just press down and just go through these again to make sure. Oh yeah, that was a little bit of movement there. And on the other side, Not that it really matters. Well, or does it? Yeah, so if you're looking for something, and I haven't missed it, it should be on the blog. And that's where I actually found the link to the Gerber files for this in the YouTube description for Big Clive. Now he has his own website too, so I'm sure if you go to, I think it's just simply bigclive.com from memory. But if you go to there, there's a lot of his stuff on there as well. He's very generous and very good. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this one. I've got maybe 10 of these, 5 or 10 of these boards. All the PCB manufacturers are climbing over each other at the moment. So there's some good deals out there. My PC manufacturer of choice, PCBWay, I don't think they did this one actually. Not a sponsored video, this one. But if I was doing this again, I had this done a few months ago. And I'd definitely be, I'm pretty much gone over to PCBWay now. For lots of different reasons. Oh, should I check these? Yes, I should. Yes, I should. So these are 1N4001s. So it should just say diode, and it does. Should I test all of them? I mean, not much is going to go wrong with a diode, surely. So that one tested. Diode, same forward voltage. Well, what can go wrong with a diode? You put them in the wrong way. Has been known to happen. Again, though, Big Clive's got pretty good silk screen on here, so you don't have to go traipsing along to find out what's going on. It's all there. The only ones that I'm a little concerned about, because I'm not familiar with the LED symbol that's used there. It's probably standard, but I'm not that familiar with it. But I'll have a look at the traces and we'll go from there. This is a very easy, relaxing build too, and I like those. I have found myself in troubled times heading down here to the workshop and doing an easy build, bit of soldering with a result at the end, just to sort of get the heart rate down, you know, and it works. It's a good thing. All right, soldering on. Look at the size of these pads. They're awesome. That looks pretty close. Are they supposed to be connected? I guess so. Okay, so that should be easy to trace. So this is coming from positive through the diode one way, and then, yeah, so I'm guessing positive pad here and here, negative or ground there. I'm not sure how this is connected, but anyway, let's keep going. If it doesn't work, blame me. All right. I wonder if it's worth actually, before soldering up the LEDs, this would be a nice test, to actually put in a battery. Yeah, look at that solder flow to those. Oh, it's obliterated that hole. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I've got a little bit of solder suckering to do. Have I got all of them? Not this one. Yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah, that all looks good. They're all the right way around, but there's been a little bit of excess solder delivered. Let's get rid of these, and then I'll clean that up. Do you collect your legs? These legs? I do. And I've got a pile of them. I think I learned that from Julian Eilert. Yeah, here they are. Probably can't see that, but there's lots of legs in there. And then when I'm looking for a connector, a bridge, or something like that, then I've got all these lovely conducting legs of different lengths. Difficult to pick up. And you can just dig in, cut them if you need to. And the different components do come, gosh, it's fiddly. They do come in different diameters or width, whatever you like to say. Alright, where's my solder sucker? Because I'm not going to get an LED in there, and that's completely covered in solder. Whoops. Okay. Here we go. So that's this one. Good. Save the day. So, 470. And you know what would be good also is to maybe just test the 470. I'm leaning towards positive and ground, actually. But we could just test the 470 by connecting up, for instance, the solar panel and going from there. Okay. Alright. Clip. Alright, so we want, let's put that LED in. I think we've decided, actually, no. Think. What about, I should get something out of this. So what I might do is actually connect this up. Yep, let's do that. It's a nice big solder pad, that one. So, red for positive and a blue. I have had one of my students ask me, if you solder this the other way around, blue and red, does it still work? Yes, it still works. The electrons are reasonably colorblind. Alright, so on the back here, we've got the top bit being ground. And then this one here, why is that so close though? Gosh, it's a bit of a worry. Alright, we'll give it a go. I guess that's because of the nature of the connector. But I'm not connecting the connector. So this goes in here, and this one goes in here. Should I do it the other way around? Let me just think the final orientation. So this will be facing down, this will be facing up. The wires could, I think the wires could go down through here. Okay, that'll work. So down through here, let's do this one first. All right. A little bit of solder fed in there. Ha ha! Whoops. Start again. Where's my sucker? I'm the sucker. All right, here we go. Get rid of that. Nice. Let's try again. If at first you don't succeed. Alright. Yeah, it's not too happy. Let's see how we go. Don't think this is going to win any awards. But here we go. This is done. And this one, I'm going to put on here. for that degree of separation. Single-sided board, so no pads on the other side. So probably should have come up from the bottom. Don't know if I've ever really soldered from this angle before, but 'tis done. Alright, so we've got some light here which is coming from these studio lights, let's call them. And then we've got our 470. So do we get some light coming in here? Nope. Do we get it the other way around? Nope. Okay, interesting. What am I missing? The connection. That should be positive there and negative there. Maybe if I do it underneath, that makes more sense. So positive comes from there. I think maybe the batteries have to be connected up. No, they don't. There we go. So that's the correct orientation. Can you see that? Yeah. So having trouble coming in from upside down, but this way around, we're getting some action. So that is so this is going to be that one back that way, will be that one that way. Okay. So the exact opposite of what I thought, of course. Of course. So I'll solder up, make sure that that is in fact correct. So short leg. And just to confirm, short leg is ground. There you go. And let's get, he's very keen on minimum separation. I would not put pads that close, not because, given how much board space is here, but it's just my soldering skills I worry about that. Already I've reflowed too much. And I see some LED action from underneath. That's a good thing. Boom. Nice. So short leg is the blocky side. Blocky side. Okay, so there's your sort of rounded side is positive and the blocky side is ground. Good one. Just shorted it. Sorry about that. All right, but still working. Nice. All right, so should we get the green guys in? So short leg blocky. Short leg blocky. Yeah, what are the chances of one of these being the wrong way around? Short leg blocky. Hopefully no one's screaming at their screen about now. You idiot! Nice. It's going to go in. Yep. All right. And let's go gently upside down. Get these guys out of the road. Here we go. Yes, I would have put a little bit of separation on the pads there. They are very generous pads too. So, there we go. Nice. I'm doing these from a distance without my zoomy glasses, so it's a little scary. It's a little scary. Never mind. What could go wrong? Okay. Last couple. I'm just putting a little bit on because I'm petrified of it flying to the other side. All right, have a little bit of inspection. Oh, that doesn't. Look at that. That is, yeah, someone is screaming at the. That's not even. This one's fallen out. Good Lord. What? And now I have to use, okay, the flat side to the flat side. Oh, this is a bit special. Yeah, this is great. And he's falling out again. Flat side to the flat side. Hilarious. Hilarious. Without my special glasses, that is quite difficult. I think that is the flat side. Nope. Let's try that. Okay, so flat side on this side, which means that should be the right way. Please don't fall out. Please don't fall out. Please don't fall out. Come on. Okay. Bit of weight. Alright. So I was a little bit too mean when it came to solder. So it didn't grip that at all. And this one here is also loose as a goose. A little bit more solder there. Cheaters affecting the one next door. Ooh. Okay, so that I'm presuming that they are supposed to be bridged. Oh, they look nice from the top, despite the disaster. So let's bridge them. Is it? Not convinced. Let me have a look at the blank. Yep, bridged. Okie dokie. Let the solder flow. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Okay. Mechanical grip. I'm trouble with my solder holder. Nice. Good. And the other side. Yes. Yes. And come on. Ooh, I don't want to burn those wires. And I don't want to burn me. Try this angle. Yes. Oh, I'm not convinced that they are separated. Better get in there with the glasses and see what we can see. And they are. Let's cut these guys off. A bit more stressful than what I thought. Separate, 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 and separate by a millimeter. Thanks, Big Clive. Okie dokie. And then we've got positive up this side. And ground at the other. So I did have to order these especially because I didn't have any of these holders which have these legs poking out. Wow. And it's not that happy. So there's a bit of an angle there, which is causing some pressure. Just fix that in, I'll show you. You can see this one's bent. He's not entirely happy. Yeah, wow. So he's going to be under a little bit of stress because the holes, what's the difference there? It's a couple of millimeters. That's unexpected. I thought these would have been a standard size, and maybe so that there's not so much mechanical stress, we could do a little bit of pre-bending. So if I bend these in a little bit and then out, actually they're pretty tough. They are a bit tougher than I thought. Let's try Big Brother. Yeah. No wonder they're grippy. That's like spring material. So, I'm not sure I've made much of an impression on that. Let's try the next lot. Then we can safely get rid of this. Or can we? Wow, okay. Hang on. Ouch. Yeah. Watch your eyes. And so same way. Might as well try and put all these in at once. Although the mechanical grip means that I might have to do them. Maybe they'll pop out. Yeah, they're going to pop out. Okay, I'll have to do them one at a time. Okay, my solder holder's still misbehaving. I don't know what these big pads are for on the back. Again, I might have to go back and watch the original video. But Clive's put a couple of big pads on the back here. See how that's sitting up? So maybe that's where a solar panel could be connected rather than the janky way that I've done it at the end here. Still seems to be sitting up just a tad. Oh no, that looks okay. Just a little bit of variation. And then this one, I'm not even going to bother to try and bend these ones. I'm just going to use the mechanical stress and solder to hold them in. Whoa. Yeah, look, that popped out. Wow. Pays to be an octopus some days. Get in there. Here we go. And of course, the whole irony of this is that probably the iPad's run out of room and nobody's getting this anyway. But if you are and you've survived this long, congratulations. Well done. And thank you. Thank you for a couple of things, right? Thank you for turning up. Thank you if you're a subscriber. And I have been amazed at the number of people that have decided that a guy at the bottom of the world waffling about stuff that he's not really sure about is worth paying attention to. But it's been nice. It's really good to have your company. And I guess if you do subscribe, some of you probably arrived here because of notifications. So that's really good as well. If you've got here another way, a lot of the info, a lot of the work is done on the blog, as I mentioned before. That's where I put the code and everything if I'm doing a project involving code. And if you're new here, what am I doing? Well, I started building stuff 4 or 5 years ago and then realized that I was forgetting elementary things. And I thought maybe I should just film what I'm doing and so I don't lose that information. And I did. Started filming it, putting it on YouTube, and nothing happened for a very long time, which I was fine about. Ouch, that's going to be, come on. Ow. Wow. Yeah, nothing happened for a very long time, which was fine. And then suddenly people started subscribing. I was like, what? And the other thing that happened was that I started filming the mailbag videos. And I did that because I enjoyed the mailbag videos, particularly guys like Pile of Stuff, Simple Electronics, all these people out there that, you know, have the same disease that I do. I like to maybe trim these down a little bit. My experience has been that if these are trimmed down a little bit, it's easy to get the batteries. I might just do one side. Yeah, it's easy to get the batteries in and out. It can be a bit grippy. Just take off a couple of millimeters. Yeah, a couple of centimeters would be interesting. Off one side to start with, but ultimately probably end up doing both sides. This will probably hang upside down, so I'm not going to remove the wings. Just a little bit of a cut down to reduce the mechanical stress of putting the batteries in and out. There we go. All right, batteries in. And we have 1, 2, 3. Light's gone out. And 4. All right, I'm going to get this to the sunlight and we'll see how we go. Should we do some measurements first? Let's have a look. So we want here and here to be, I guess, around 5 volts. So it's jumped down with the load. Yeah, you're not going to tell anything with these inside lights. Let's get this out into the sun and see what's going on, if there is any sun. No apologies for the few rural noises peeking through, but that is working. I'm not sure how much charging is being done, and I'm even thinking, why not run another parallel solar panel on the other side for faster charging. Not sure what current's coming through, but yeah, the more solar panels the better, I assume. It's a little overcasty today. This is not full sunshine. Pretty close to, but that looks like the circuit working for this week. Thanks for coming along for the journey. It was a long one, and we'll catch you next time.